Hey, good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Diamond Youth Baseball 2024 World Series. It's Division I O-Zone. We are in the first actual round of tournament play. We're coming to you live from the Tinsley Sports Complex in Bossier City, Louisiana. And what you've got in front of you are the host team from Bossier City taking on the state champion from the state of North Carolina. We're off and running already. Bossier City is the visitor in this one, and so let's talk about their batting order real quickly. It's Bryson Ireland who's leading things off. He is the young man you see in the batter's box right now. He's a center fielder. Batting second is going to be second baseman Mason Lee. Elijah Livers, the pitcher, is going to bat in the number 3 spot. This pitch inside for a ball. We've got quickly a 2-ball, 1-strike count on Bryson Ireland. Tyler Croson, the catcher, is going to bat in 4th spot. Shortstop Cade Peters hitting 5th. It'll be Colton Barnstable hitting in the number 6 spot. He's at 3rd base. Right fielder Austin Hudson batting 7th. Max Pierce, the extra hitter, batting in the 8th spot. And here's a ground ball towards second. Gobbled up, the throw over in time. And there's quickly one away for Bossier City. Rest of the lineup for Bossier. Jackson Pierce is batting 9th. Carter Bates, the first baseman, hitting 10th. And Ethan Holmes, the left fielder, is batting 11th. Defensively, the lineup for North Carolina has Brody McManus at first. Caleb Spicer is at second. You just saw him make that grab of the ground ball. Easton Curls, the shortstop. Crew Morrison is in the 3rd base spot. Caden Hartage playing in left field. Lucas Hyriggs is in center. Isaac Dial is in right. Jordan Mathis behind the plate. And on the mound, lefty Lucas Baker working to the second batter in the Bossier lineup. That is second baseman Mason Lee. So it's 1 ball, no strikes. This one hit toward shortstop. One hopper grabbed up by Easton Curl, throw across in time, and we got 2 away after just 6 pitches. Coming up, 3rd batter in the lineup, Elijah Livers, the pitcher.
Number 14, Elijah Livers.
We are going to be warm again today, 84 degrees here in Bossier City, Louisiana. Expecting not quite as warm as yesterday, as that one's fouled off. Yesterday we got up 98, 99. They're only expecting about 96 for the high today. So a cold spell hitting us here in northern Louisiana. They are still going to take hydration breaks every couple innings. So if you happen to walk away from the screen and come back and there's nothing going on, it's because they're in a hydration break. There's a swing and a miss, and it's quickly no balls and 2 strikes to Elijah Livers. Little bit of a breeze, but not a whole heck of a lot. It's a still morning. Just a wisp going out to left field. This one hit in the air. It's going to shallow center. A diving attempt and grab by Lucas Hyriggs out in center field for the 3rd out. We get our first highlight play of the game. It's a quick 1-2-3 inning for North Carolina's pitchers. They'll come up to the plate next. Scoreless after half inning as you're watching the 2024 Diamond Youth Baseball World Series. All right, welcome back to Bossier City, the Tinsley Sports Complex, where both the Well, actually, all three the levels, the Ozone, the AAA, and the Majors, all doing their World Series this final weekend of the 2024 baseball season. Let's give you the lineup for North Carolina. Easton Curl, the shortstop, is going to lead things off. He'll be followed by Caleb Spicer, the second baseman. Lucas Heirigs, the center fielder, is going to bat third. Crew Morrison's batting fourth. He's at third base. First baseman Brody McManus hitting fifth. Batting sixth, Caden Hartage, the left fielder. Lucas Baker, the pitcher, hitting seventh. Cooper Morrison, eighth. Bentley Bass, ninth. Isaac Dial in right field's hitting 10th. And Jordan Mathis behind the plate will bat in the 11th spot. Coaching staff for North Carolina, Alex Bass is the manager. Jason Morrison and Clint Spicer are his assistants. For Bossier, it's Noah Livers is the head coach. It's Chris Hayes and Kevin Peters are the assistants. Defensively, here's how Bossier is going to line up. Carter Bates at first, Mason Lee at second, Cade Peters at short, Colton Barnstable at third, Ethan Holmes in left, Bryson Ireland at center, Austin Hudson in right, Tyler Krausen behind the plate, and Elijah Livers getting the work on the mound to start things off here. This is our first game of day one of the tournament. They had pool play yesterday to kind of decide who was going to match up where. Those games did not count for wins and losses, just for who gets to set up in what game. So we end up with North Carolina, who happened to win their opening game over Florida. Host from Bossier lost to South Carolina. That's what got us this matchup today.
Batting first, North Carolina.
We'll have games scheduled for 9:30, 11:30, and 1:30 here for the Division I Ozone. This one, first pitch swinging and yanked foul out of play down the left field line. Easton Curl, the shortstop. North Carolina coming to us as their state champion, hailing from Bossier City. Pitch on the way. That's a good-looking breaking ball. Count 1 strike, just a little bit up on the pitch. So it's 1 strike. Bossier City went 4-1 in the North Carolina State Tournament. This one hit a long way, but it curls foul. And the count 2 strikes now to Easton Curl. You're wondering about location. Apparently, Bossier City is one of the neighborhoods in Lincolnton. They say the population's just under 600, but again, it's part of Lincolnton. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Swung on it again out in front of it, and again pulling it foul, Easton Curl. Curl's not getting cheated out of his swings here early. Of course, pitch count matters here. 40 pitches and less means you can throw again tomorrow. You go to 41, that means you're out for a 36-hour window. In effect, you're not pitching on Sunday. You go to the max number of pitches, above 66, you're out for 2 days. And at 85, you're out of the game no matter what. That's our limit. This one lifted foul, another one out of play, this time right side, as I've not seen Easton Curl swing and miss at a pitch yet. Still 1-2 strikes. Elijah Livers delivers the 1-2. That one comes way inside, and it's 2-2. The 2-2 pitch, ground ball towards short. Backhanded in the hole, long throw, not in time and off the mark a little bit by Cade Peters. And Easton Curl gets on. He had that beat out before the throw even got on the way. Good speed out of the box from Easton Curl. So he's on with a leadoff single. And here's the number 2 hitter, Caleb Spicer, the second baseman. First pitch, curls off and running. Throw down from catcher and just sliding in under the tag. Tyler Krausen with a good throw down there, but just a tick late, and Curl steals second base. Pitch was a called strike on Caleb Spicer. Lucas Heirigs on deck for North Carolina. Trying to bunt and misses that for strike 2. Watching it probably on the screen, the uniforms are awful similar. A little confusing who's whom. Everybody with a white uniform and the navy sleeves. Difference is going to be the script on the chest, where North Carolina's is in red. Swung on. This is lifted towards second base. Drifting back into shallow right is Mason Lee for the out. And we've got one away here in the bottom of the first inning. Lucas Heirigs now coming up, center fielder. Had that diving grab to end the top of the first inning for Bossier City. Off goes the runner. That's called strike, but tell you what, Easton Curl had third base stolen before that ball crossed home plate. The ball's in 1 strike now to Heirigs. So that infield single, a couple of steals, and North Carolina's got a runner at third with 1 away. Swung on ball that got past the catcher, but quickly bounced back to him. And for a second there, it looked like Curl might try to come home, but wisely decides, I think, maybe not. That ball bounced back pretty quickly. So count, no balls and 2 strikes. 1 away, number 3 hitter. Lucas Heirigs up at the plate. That one high and outside for ball 1. Crew Morrison, the third baseman's the on-deck hitter. Not a cloud really to speak of. It's a very sunny day today. Swung on and missed. Boy, got him on the off-speed pitch, and Heirigs way out in front for out number 2. Liver's best pitch may have just been the one he threw. Now here's Crew Morrison now with 2 away. Still got Easton Curl standing at third base. It's one grounded foul behind home plate for strike 1. Morrison in the cleanup spot. Chance to get an RBI here early for North Carolina. This one right back up the box and just over the glove of Elijah Livers into center field. And North Carolina gets the first run of the game. An RBI single from Crew Morrison. Well, he smacked that right back up the box. Livers had that glove about 3 inches higher up. He'd snagged that and recorded the out. Instead, North Carolina strikes first, and here's Brody McManus, the first baseman, up. Throw over to first, and we got a little bit of an ankle issue for Crew Morrison. He's reaching down to that right leg. They're going to let him walk this off just a little bit. Caden Hartage is the next batter scheduled for North Carolina, but right now, a little bit of concern about third baseman Crew Morrison. His first base coach down there trying to get him to walk this off a little bit. Tell me, when you get old, you walk like that all the time. He's got the young walk with the bad ankle. We've got the old walk with good ankles. All right, we're ready to roll. We'll see if they're going to actually send him and try to get him to run that off or not, or if North Carolina becomes a little more conservative now with their base runner a bit hobbled. And another throw over, and he's going to take off, and it wasn't pretty, but he gets to second, makes the turn. He hobbles a little bit coming around to third base, but Couple of throws over. The first one got him with a bum leg. The second one gets him to third base on the error by the pitcher. Well, maybe not. Umpire says he never signaled that we were good to go, a live pitch, and so the throw over happened without us being ready. So a bit of a break for Bossier City as Crew Morrison's ordered to go back to first base. See if Livers throws over there again. Not this time as McManus takes a hack and fouls it back. Maybe a bit of a break there for Bossier here early. Go back to the plate, and that's a looping breaking ball. Misses inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Well, we talked about if they would try to get Morrison to run off the ankle a little bit. Well, he ran. He ran from first to third and then had to go back. One ball, 1 strike. This one fouled back again. 1 ball, 2 strikes now on Brody McManus, the North Carolina first baseman. 1-0 Carolina with the lead. They got a leadoff single from Easton Curl. He stole a couple of bases and came in on the single by Crew Morrison. Here's the pitch, swung on, and ball 3 gets away from the catcher. Throw over not in time, and runners are going to be safe. And here's Morrison going to third base. And the ball gets by the third baseman. Morrison's going to come in to score. McManus is going to end up on second, and after a strikeout and basically a ball that got by the catcher, Carolina picks up a second run. So it's 2-0 North Carolina. Here's Caden Hartage coming up now. He'll be followed in the order by Lucas Baker. Hartage is out in left field. He was to start the game. Bossier could have been out of this inning. If it had caught the line drive from Morrison, they would have been out of this. Instead, they've now given up a second run, and a third's in scoring position. And actually, could have been out of it with the strikeout. Ball got past the catcher, and a couple of missed throws ended up with another Carolina runner scoring. 1 ball, no strikes. That's 2-0. And looks like Bossier's head coach going to come out and have a little conversation at the mound. And of course, that's Noah Livers, Elijah Livers' dad out there. So he's kind of settling his pitcher down and getting his infield all together. They've been throwing the ball around a little bit here early in the game. And to be honest, they were late arrivals here. They showed up just a little bit before game time, and I don't know if they got completely warmed up in time to start this game. So it's a 2-0 count, a 2-0 lead. Here's Livers' pitch. That one's wide, ball 3. Lifted in to left center. Drifting back and making the catch, Ethan Holmes out in left field, and it'll end the inning, but not before North Carolina picks up a couple of runs. There were 2 hits, an error, and a man left on base. We're through 1 inning. North Carolina with a 2-0 lead over Bossier City. We'll come back for the top of the second. You're watching the Diamond Youth Baseball World Series 2024 live from Bossier City. All right, welcome back. Heading into the top of the second inning. 2-0 lead for North Carolina over Bossier. They'll send Tyler Krause and Cade Peters and Colton Barnstable up to face North Carolina's pitcher, Lucas Baker. The first pitch from the big lefty. Boy, he's got a nice off-speed pitch that is, I'm sure, deceptive for guys who are used to looking at fastballs. He's a little bit of a challenge. Quickly, first pitch strike. Goes with that same thing again, that looping breaking ball, and Baker's ahead, no balls and 2 strikes. Tyler Krause, the catcher for Bossier at the plate. And he takes a hack at one. It's another breaking ball, this one down in the dirt, and he strikes out. First strikeout of the game for Lucas Baker, and the first out of the inning. It's Cade Peters coming up now with 1 away. First pitch swinging, foul wide of first base. No balls and 1 strike. And the pitch, that one lined right to the shortstop, and about a knee-high catch by Easton Curl over there for the second out of the inning. Brings up Colton Barnstable up next. So quickly 2 outs here in the top of the inning. Good start for Lucas Baker. He goes fastball and misses wide. Count 1 ball, no strikes. There you go, back to the outside corner. There's 1-1. He's been efficient with pitches so far. I'm just 16 through an inning and 2/3. There's another strike right on the outside again. Keep an eye on Lucas Baker as this tournament rolls around. Misses that time, but it was tempting. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Barnstable, the third baseman for Bossier. And here's the pitch, looping pitch, a little bit high and outside. And the count's full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. On deck, Austin Hudson. 5 up, 5 down so far for Lucas Baker in facing the Bossier batters. And he walks this one. So first base runner for Bossier comes with 2 outs in the bottom of the second inning, or excuse me, top of the second inning. And coming to the plate now, right fielder Austin Hudson. By the way, new second baseman in the game. Cooper Morrison. There's 2 Morrisons here. Cooper's the one at second base now. And stepping up is Hudson. Fastball missing wide. Ball 1. On deck for Bossier is Max Pierce. Swing and a miss. 1 ball, 1 strike. Hudson looking to get our first home run of the tournament. This field a week ago was very stingy about giving up home run balls. The neighboring field, field 9, that is also being used, gave up double-digit home runs. Not on this one, though. I think we saw 2 home runs total on field 10 last week. There's a pitch that's in there for a strike, and unable to handle the ball to make the throw. Jordan Mathis behind the plate. That allows Barnstable to take second base. So runner in scoring position for Bossier. 2 balls, 2 strikes now on Austin Hudson. Misses a little bit wide. Lucas Baker kind of exhaled like he thought he had strike 3, and it was just a little bit wide. So a second straight 3-2 batter. Here's the pitch. This one lifted in the air. Third base in foul territory will make the catch. That's Crew Morrison, and that'll end the inning. A little threat from Bossier, but they couldn't deliver on it. No runs. There were no hits, no errors, and a man left on. Bottom of the second's coming up next. North Carolina with the 2-0 lead. You're watching the Diamond Youth Baseball 2024 World Series. All right, welcome back. Bottom of the second inning coming up. A couple of changes for Bossier defensively. They'll have Jackson Pierce now at first base for Carter Bates, and out in left field, Max Pierce takes over where Ethan Holmes had started the game. And of course, we'll remind you about the rules on everything. All the players on the roster have to A, bat. So it's not 1 through 9, it's 1 through 11 or 12, depending on how many young men they're bringing with them. And number 2, all of them have to be in the field playing defense for at least a couple innings. So you will probably hear a lot, or we're getting ready to come back on the air, and you hear a loudspeaker or a speaker from the dugout as the coach is telling us about a change he's making. Everybody gets on the field, everybody bats. That's the way it works. All right, so we'll start the bottom of the second inning. Bossier back on defense, and means North Carolina is going to send pitcher Lucas Baker up to lead things off. He fouls one straight back for strike 1. Baker, Cooper Morrison, and Bentley Bass to bat for North Carolina in this inning. Elijah Livers still on the mound as that one's fouled out of play, and it's 0-2 now to Baker. North Carolina picked up a couple runs in the first. Now they bat here in inning number 2. Of course, these are important opening games. Avoiding the loser's bracket is tantamount to trying to win this thing early. In the Division II last week, we saw Florida, I think in the third game, got bumped into the loser's bracket, but managed to survive and beat Texas twice in the last 2 days to win the Division II title. Pitch up high, and the count's 2 balls and 2 strikes to Lucas Baker. But losing on day 1 really makes it a struggle to try to get back and win the whole thing. Here's the 2-2. Swung on ground ball towards second. And there will be the out at first base. It's Mason Lee to Jackson Pierce. And there's one away here in the second. Cooper Morrison coming up now. Morrison was at second base last half inning. He fouls off the first pitch he sees for strike one. This one lifted to left, coming on and making the grab. New left fielder, Max Pierce. And there's two away for North Carolina here in the second. One pitches now from Elijah Livers. Pitch inside, fastball. And it counts 1 ball, no strikes. Down low. 2 balls, no strikes, Bentley Bass. Isaac Dial is the on-deck hitter for North Carolina. We're down right now to the number 9 spot in the order. Ground ball toward third, past the third baseman, Colton Barnstable, and into left field for a 2-out single for Bentley Bass. Bossier City, the second representative. West Lincoln's Optimist Club was in Division II. They were here last week. Bossier City right in the same area as the Division I champion. First time ever for Bossier City to represent North Carolina. Their head coach, Alex Bass, actually played as a youth at Bossier City. He's coached in Lincolnton for about 20 years. And it's his birthday. Let's just do more. It's the Alex Bass Show. They came 831 miles to get here. This one into left center, and Max Pierce on the run will make the diving grab for the third out of the inning. We've had a couple of those now in this game. No runs for Carolina here in the second. We're going to get our hydration break. There was no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and a man left on. It's 2-0 after 2 innings because we're worried about the heat and the possibility of dehydrating or heat stroking. Nobody wants any of those things. We're going to take hydration breaks every 2 innings. So right now they're going to take a 5-minute break. We'll go to a break. We'll come back in a little bit. We'll let you see the pictures, and we'll come back and talk as they get ready to start inning number 3. It's 2-0 North Carolina with the lead. You're watching Diamond Youth World Series 2024 live from Bossier City.
Call him out. Call him out.
Play, resume play.
All right, welcome back. Hydration break over. We get ready to go back to action. Top of the third inning. Bossier City coming to the plate. Max Pierce, Jackson Pierce, and Carter Bates to face North Carolina's Lucas Baker. Before each game, we've handed out questionnaires to the kids. Bossier was a little late getting here, so it took us a couple innings to get it all organized. But they were asked questions like, what's their favorite sport, their favorite player, maybe where they want to go to school, their favorite subject in school, best teacher they have, their favorite food. We ask them a whole series. Some of them we can't use, obviously. Some of them we can. Max Pierce is an Atlanta Braves fan. Dallas Garcia, however, is his favorite player. And when asked what he wants to do and where he wants to go to school, LSU, and he wants to be a professional baseball player. That's the right answer. He's up at the plate now, and he takes a swing and a miss at strike one. Defensive changes for North Carolina this half inning. Caleb Spicer's in center for Lucas Hyrigs, and Brady McManus is in right field for Isaac Dial. That ball got him on the foot, and he's going to go down to first base as Max Pierce gets hit by a pitch. And there's a leadoff base runner for Bossier City for the first time in this game. Jackson Pierce to follow. Jackson Pierce is also a Braves fan, but his favorite player is Paul Skeens. Hard ground ball. This one towards shortstop for one. The relay not in time. They'll get the force out at second base as Easton Curl gobbled it up and got it over to his second baseman Morrison, but the relay not in time. So force out at second. Fielder's choice gets Jackson Pierce on, and there's one away. Carter Bates, next batter for Bossier. We're down to the number 10 batter. Also a Paul Skeens guy. You're a Louisiana young man. Paul Skeens should probably be on your list. He's a Yankee fan, but he likes Paul Skeens. And you're not going to like this, folks. We want to go to Arkansas, where he wants to be what? A baseball player. Yeah, so the count's 1 ball, no strikes. People disparaging Arkansas. That's bad. Swing and a miss. This gets through the catcher. Throw going to come down to second base, and just about. Tell you what, that was a lot closer than it looked like it was going to be. Jordan Mathis did a real nice job getting that ball to second base, and almost was able to throw out Jackson Pierce. Counts a ball and a strike to Carter Bates. And off speed. That has been the effective pitch from Lucas Baker. He is really good throwing off speed pitches. 1 ball, 2 strikes now. He's got a looping curve, kind of Runs in the back door on right-handed hitters, and then that off speed, that changeup. Here he goes with the curve again, a swing and a miss. Throw down to retire Carter Bates for the second out of the inning. Down to third base went Jackson Pierce on that. Now it's the number 11 hitter, Ethan Holmes. Holmes, a Rangers fan that likes Corey Seager. Another guy that wants to be a baseball player. He wants to go to the University of Texas at Austin. Pitch down low, ball one. Holmes, a starting left fielder for Bossier today. Here's the 1-0. That's a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. The 1-1 pitch. Got him again outside corner for strike 2. Top of the order, Bryson Ireland waiting on deck. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Lucas Baker trying to get through this third inning before he uses up his 40 pitches. He's got 4 left. That one's down low for a ball. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The 2-2 pitch inside for ball 3. Yep. You kind of feel like this may be the last 2 pitches we're going to see from young Mr. Lucas Baker. And he won't need to. He only needs 1 swinging strikeout to end the inning. This 3rd strikeout for Baker. No runs, there were no hits. And 1 man left on base. We're through 2.5, 2-0 North Carolina with the lead. We're coming back for the bottom of the 3rd when we return to the Diamond Youth Baseball 2024 World Series. Welcome back as we move into the bottom of the 3rd inning. Elijah Livers still on the mound for Bossier City. We'll get Ethan Holmes back in the game for them as well. It's a 2-0 North Carolina lead. 11th hitter in the lineup, Jordan Mathis, is scheduled to lead things off in the inning. Then it's Easton Curl and Caleb Spicer back around at the top of the order. Livers, who's got 36 pitches, he's already used. We'll start this inning. We'll see if he's going to get the 1 out, and then maybe they'll go to someone else. It's 40 pitches, and you can come back. 41 pitches, and you don't pitch tomorrow. So we'll see what the decision is from Bossier City's head coach in just a minute. First, it's going to be Jordan Mathis stepping up. Jordan says his favorite sport's baseball and his favorite athlete is Jordan. I don't know if he means himself. This one hit right to the shortstop. Cade Peters, 1 pitch, 1 out. Well, if you can do that 2 more times, you can get through this 3rd inning without using all 40 pitches. 1 pitch, 1 out for North Carolina here in the 3rd. And here's Easton Curl. He singled, stole a couple of bases, and scored the first run of the game. He goes by Big E, apparently. That's what he wrote down in his card. Ground ball toward 3rd. Barnstable with the throw across. Can't make the successful catch over there. Jackson Pierce with the ball down low. And it's going to allow the base runner to reach. Could have been 2 pitches, 2 outs. Instead, Easton Curl ends up at second base on the throwing error by the 3rd baseman. And now here's Caleb Spicer. Or as he put on his card, spicy. I go through life being known as spicy. Of course, we had the whole group, the Spice Girls, right? It could be Sporty Spice, or he's just Spicy Spice. Pitch high inside. Ball 1. This may be the final pitch we see from Elijah Livers. This will be his 40th coming up. Runner off and going. Ground ball toward 3rd. Barnstable struggles with it. The throw over. Dug out. Nope, couldn't hang on to it. Coming home is Curl. It's 3-0 North Carolina. It looked for a second like even though Barnstable had trouble with the bounce and his throw bounced toward first, that he may still get the out over there. It's a field turf, and he almost got the field turf bounce to get out Spicer, but instead the ball was dropped on the other end by the first baseman. So a run comes across to score. It's the 40th pitch now for Elijah Livers. And it's going to have to be pitching change time for Bossier City. So we'll take a timeout. They're going to bring in a new arm. We'll let him get warmed up, and we'll come right back and get ready for the rest of the bottom of the 3rd inning. 3-0 North Carolina in the lead. All right, welcome back. We got a new pitcher on the mound. That's Carter Bates, who's going to be taking over the mound after Elijah Livers went 2 1/3 innings, 40 pitches. He had 0 walks, 1 strikeout. He gave up 3 hits, 3 runs, just 1 of them earned, as he got victimized by 3 errors behind him. It actually could have been out of this inning. He had actually had enough in-play ground balls to get out of the 3rd, but fielders could not pull them off successfully, and so new pitcher faces Lucas Hyrick. Ground ball towards 2nd. They'll go right for the out at second base. Well done by Mason Lee for the 2nd out of the inning. And with 2 away, the runner Caleb Spicer, by the way, moved up to 2nd on that grounder. Here's Crew Morrison. Morrison singled and went on to score. 2nd run of the game for Carolina. 3-0 lead. If he can get another base hit, he'll drive in a run. That pitch called strike, inside corner. Morrison's a Red Sox fan and a Nolan Ryan guy. He wants to play college at Vanderbilt, where he wants to go on to be a major league player and throw smoke. That's what he put in there. All right. Well, we're not going to throw any shade. We'll just let him throw smoke. This one popped up in the air, and it slices out of play first base side. And it counts no balls and 2 strikes to Crew Morrison. So with 2 outs, runner at second, bottom of the third, North Carolina with a 3-0 lead over Bossier. That one just a little wide. That's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Livers did a pretty good showing. Again, his defense kind of let him down a bit, but he was not bad during his time out there. Deserved a better fate than a 3-0 deficit. This one hit hard to center field, but right to Bryson Ireland for the out, and that's how the third inning is going to come to an end. But North Carolina picks up 1 run. They did that with no hits. There were 2 errors and a man left on base. So through 3 full, it's a 3-0 lead for North Carolina. We'll come back for the top of the 4th when we return to the Diamond Youth Baseball 2024 World Series. On top of the 4th inning, Bossier City trailing by 3-0. Lucas Baker, who started this game on the mound, is back on the mound. He's got 1 pitch left before he crosses that 40-pitch threshold. And apparently they're going to let him use it against the leadoff man, Bryson Ireland. Ireland grounded out to second his first time up. So it's top of the order for Bossier. Ireland, Lee, Mason Lee, and Elijah Livers all scheduled to bat. First pitch lifted in the air. Second baseman on to make the grab. That's Caleb Spicer back at second base, and so the 1 pitch got the 1 out. And no movement out of the Carolina dugout, so apparently they're going to let Lucas Baker go a little bit longer. 2-hitter, second baseman Mason Lee up now. He grounded out to shortstop his first time up, and he's in the hole, no balls and 1 strike. Mason, a Rangers fan. Who's his favorite athlete when we asked him? He said Paul Skeens is his favorite baseball player. His favorite athlete, myself. All right, let's have confidence, yes. 1 ball, 1 strike. Young man wants to grow up to be an engineer after attending LSU. That's a called strike on the outside corner. Mason shaking his head a little bit. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Maybe he's not the umpire's favorite athlete. I don't know. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Swung on and fouled back. We saw the very cool pencil bat yesterday. This yellow bat that Mason Lee reminded me of that. use that to erase no-hitters. That's what you do with that pitch, that bat. Looping ball. This one's going to get to second base. Long throw, but in time. Going into the hole was Caleb Spicer. And there's 2 outs in the inning. Well done. Looked like that ball was harder hit coming off the bat than it actually was. And Spicer had time to get to it, backhand it, set and make the throw, and retire Mason Lee for the second out. And here's Elijah Livers up. Livers a Fernando Tatis guy. Likes the Padres. First pitch, swinging strike. Seems to be the thing. Who else said that? Bryson Ireland also was a Padres fan who liked Tatis. This one, another one towards second base. Why not? Spicer has a 1-2-3 inning himself, basically. All the balls hit the second base, and Caleb Spicer handles them flawlessly. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. 3.5 innings in the books. It's 3-0 North Carolina with the lead. We'll come back for the bottom of the 4th here on the 2024 DYB World Series. A couple of defensive changes for Bossier before we get back to action. Elijah Livers moves over to second base for Mason Lee this half inning, and Max Pierce, who had been in left field a couple innings ago, now transfers over to right field for Austin Hudson. And on the mound, we get another inning worth of Carter Bates, who's coming in relief. He gets to face the 5, 6, and 7 hitters for North Carolina. We'll start with McManus. Brody McManus to lead things off. He'll be followed by Caden Hartage and Lucas Baker. 3-0 Carolina lead. We start the bottom of the 4th. So after this inning, we'll have our second hydration break, just to kind of give you a heads up on that coming up. Here's McManus coming up now. McManus actually struck out but reached first base on the really dropped third strike. It's kind of a wild pitch third strike. It's a 4-out inning that Bossier had to get in the first. First pitch up high, ball 1. Swing and back to the screen. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. McManus, another of the Red Sox fans. There's more and more of them. After a couple of down years, people are now starting to get on board with the Red Sox again. He's a Ronald Acuna Jr. fan. Inside for ball 2. Almost all these guys say they want to be a MLB player, but his college of choice is East Carolina. 2 balls and 1 strike. Here's Bates' pitch, missing low and away. 3 balls and 1 strike. Fairly walk-free. We've actually only had 1 base on balls through the first 3 and third innings. And let's make it 2 now. McManus draws the walk. Leadoff man on for Carolina. Now they have done that 2 of the 4 innings. Last time it was Easton Curl. He came around to score. Yep, now Caden Hardage. Another Acuna and Braves fan. He wants to go to Alabama to play baseball. Here's the pitch to him. That's a good one. Starting off with a strike 1 from Carter Bates. Throw down to first, not in time. Pitch, I think, was a little bit wide. There it is. 1 ball, 1 strike. North Carolina picked up 2 runs in the first, 1 in the second. Ball short hopped and got through the glove of Cade Peters over at shortstop. That was a tough ball. Caught him kind of between hops and tried to short hop that, and it just kind of ate him up. Field single for Caden Hardage. And here's Lucas Baker coming up with 2 runners on now and nobody out. Baker, a fan of Shohei Ohtani. And he's a young man, says, I want to go to Vanderbilt. First time up for Baker, grounded out to second. Shows bunt this time and bunts it foul. Gotta let that ball eat him up. Instead of attacking the ball, he let the ball get in a little far on him, and now we're going to have a conference between he and his head coach. North Carolina with a 3-0 lead. And again, we'll remind you, we will have 5 minutes of an interlude at the end of this half inning. Kids and umps and coaches can all make sure they water up good. Ball, 1 strike. Cooper Morrison, the on-deck hitter. Baker showing bunt again. This one's better out in front of home plate. Only play, no play at all, in fact. Tyler Krausen started to load up and throw to first base, and there was nobody home. So it's a bunt single. Bases are loaded now for Carolina. And Cooper Morrison coming to the plate. Cooper wants to join the Air Force and be a pilot. All right, big spot here for both teams, in particular for folks from Bossier who trail 3-0. We're going to get a runner coming in. Lucas Baker, who's still on the mound pitching, heads out of the game. 0-0 crew Morrison in, and they had to go to Morrison because typically the rule here is you've got to go to the batter who preceded you to run. Well, those batter that preceded Baker is Hardage. He's at second base, and the batter that preceded him is McManus. He's at third base. So we got to go all the way up to crew Morrison. He looks at first pitch down low, ball 1. Cooper Morrison flew out to left field his first time up. That's a strike. Ball, 1 strike. Here's a pitch from Bates. That one's a little high and inside. 2 balls and 1 strike. Good looking pitch. Down low and on the outside part of the plate. Strike 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes now. Infield in for Bossier. Trying to cut off the run at the plate if possible. Here's the 2-2. That one behind the head of Cooper Morrison. Well, full count now. Nobody out. Here's the payoff pitch. This one lifted foul. We'll get to do it again. Bentley Bass is the on-deck hitter for North Carolina. Big spot for Bossier. They can shut the door here and get out of this with no runs. Maybe a little momentum turn. State champs from North Carolina have a chance to really exert their will if they can score a few. This one fouled back again. How about Morrison hanging around? Couple of foul balls. The edge of the strike zone. He's going to dig back in again. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Carter Bates ready. Full windup. Got him on the outside corner. Huge strikeout, looking for the first out of the inning. Big time pitch right there by Carter Bates. There's one away, and Bentley Bass comes up now. Bass singled in the 2nd inning. They got stuck at first base. All right, defense back to double play depth now. Ground ball foul, first base side for strike 1. Number 9 hitter in the lineup. Isaac Dial, number 10, waiting on deck. Bentley Bass. He didn't care what kind of sport athlete he wants to be. He just wants to be a sports player. And he lifts this one to center. Drifting back and making the catch. He'll tag up the runner at third base, who's going to come in to score to make it a 4-0 lead as McManus trots in. RBI sacrifice fly for Bentley Bass, who took that to the deepest part of the park and drove in the run. And now it's Isaac Dial up. Dial. Favorite player is Mike Trout. What an unfortunate news this week. A 2nd meniscus tear for Trout after he got injured early in the season, had surgery, came back and was rehabbing and getting back onto the field at the Angels minor league team, and then tore it again. Done for the year. All right, first pitch to Dial. Runners all going. Pitch outside, ball 1. Both Carolina runners advance to 2nd and 3rd. Dial with a fly out to left his first time up. Right now, left fielder's got a little sunshine right in his face. Here's the pitch. Oh, that's good breaking ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. First base is open. Down low, 2 balls and a strike. Here's the 2-1, swing and a miss, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Carter Bates in relief of Elijah Livers for Bossier. And the 2-2 pitch. Swung on. This is going to get down into center field, and it's rolling past the center fielder to the wall. 1 run scores. Second one comes across. 2-run double for Isaac Dial, and it's 6-0. Both Hardage and Morrison came in to score. Well, it looked for a second like Bossier may escape without too much damage, and instead that big hit changes the tenor of this ball game. Now Jordan Mathis up. Mathis Lined out to the shortstop his first time up. So walk a single, strike out a sacrifice fly and a double here in the fourth. Pitch high, ball one. Top of the order, Easton Curl, Big E waiting on deck. This one, looping ball to left field, coming on to make the diving grab is Ethan Holmes, and that'll end the inning. The North Carolina picks up 3 big runs in the inning on 3 hits. There were no errors and a man left on. Hydration break number 2 as we take a break from the 2024 DYB World Series.
Good? On the break? You ready to roll? Call them out. Here we go!
5-minute hydration break is over.
All right, welcome back as we're finishing our second hydration break of this morning's first game. Winner of this game, by the way, is going to advance to the 5:30 game tomorrow. We'll have the late Sunday game, or games, of course, with Sunday and services in the morning. Everything starts in the afternoon. So we got 1 o'clock, 3:15, and 5:30 tomorrow. So the winner of this will play in the last game on this field, Field 10. The loser will play at 3:15 tomorrow, and they'll get the loser between Louisiana and Mississippi. And right now, Mississippi with a 6-0 lead. It's identical. Actually, it's exactly the same way we are here. 6-0 lead for North Carolina, 6-0 lead for Mississippi. So if things stay the way they are, you may have a matchup tomorrow of North Carolina and Mississippi at 5:30, and Bossier would take on Louisiana in an elimination game at 3:15. If everything stays the way it is, as we both are in hydration breaks that are just coming to an end and both starting the top of the 5th inning. And for Bossier City, it's going to be the 4, 5, and 6 hitters, Tyler Croson, Cade Peters, and Colton Barnstable, as they face the starter for North Carolina, Lucas Baker, who's gone the whole way so far. And he starts off this one with a little tap foul. Bounces off of him for strike 1. Baker now at 48 pitches. Crowson, an Angels fan who likes Javi Baez. This one, ground ball towards second. Backhanded, throw by Spicer, who has now retired the last 4 batters. And there's one out here in the 5th. What if we hand out a Golden Glove? I would nominate Caleb Spicer right now. Been pretty steady over there at second base. Went away. Cade Peters coming up now. Peters first time up, lined out to who else? Second baseman. Oh, what a looping breaking ball again for Lucas Baker. Baker with 3 strikeouts in the game, but he's only let 1 ball leave the infield. Fly out that Livers got. This one popped up. It's shallow center, and coming on is Lucas Hyrigs for the out. That's number 2. Again, he can get to 65 pitches and would only have to miss the 1 day. The rate he's going at 51, he may get there. Colton Barnstable up now. He walked his first time up. Barnstable, a Trey Turner guy. Pitches a ball down low. Another guy that's favorite athlete is himself. How about this? I'm a little worried about some of these guys that love themselves as their favorite athlete. Wants to go to LSU and be a professional baseball player. Swing and a miss at the off-speed pitch. Jordan Mathis on the throwback. That's the hardest that Lucas Baker's had to work today. Reach for that ball that just got thrown back to him. He's been humming along. This one hit him. Threw it in a little bit too close, and it spun back toward the right-handed hitter. Second hit batter of the morning for Lucas Baker. He also hit Max Pierce back in the 2nd or 3rd inning. So with 2 out, there's a base runner on. Here's Austin Hudson up. He fouled out to the 3rd baseman in his lone at bat so far. Pitch in the throwdown, not in time, as Barnstable steals second base. Second time in this game he's gotten there. He walked in the 1st, got hit by a pitch here in the 5th. Both times now he's ended up at second base, both times with 2 outs. Hudson's a LeBron fan, or as he put, LeBron Braun. 1 ball, 1 strike on the swinging strike. Oh, that's a good-looking pitch in on the hands 2 balls and 1 strike. It was called a ball, but I tell you what, that's a tough pitch to handle. Hudson did a good job laying off of that, but that's very tempting right there. Here's the 2-1 delivery. Little bit wide, ball 3. Lucas Baker's not had more than 1 base runner on this game. Nobody in the first, a walk in the second, a hit batter in the third. Nobody in the fourth, and now he's got 2 on as he walks Austin Hudson. So for the first time in this game, there's 2 base runners on for Bossier. Max Pierce, who was hit by a pitch in the 3rd inning, comes up.
Number 13, May Pierce.
Here's the pitch to Max. That one, strike 1. 60th pitch now from Lucas Baker. Ground ball, that's playable at first base and right into the glove of first baseman Morrison, and that retires the side. So a couple of base runners for the first time for Bossier, but no harm, no foul. Ground out to first to end the inning. There were no runs, no hits, no errors, and 2 men left on. Bottom of the 5th coming up, still 6-0 Carolina with the lead. You're watching the DYB 2024 World Series. All right, we move into the bottom of the 5th inning. 6-0 North Carolina with the lead, and looks like we're going to have a couple of changes defensively. As Colton Barnstable apparently is going to head to the mound. We're waiting for a catcher to come back out here because we got nobody back here warming up our pitcher. It looks like it'll be Barnstable, so he becomes the 3rd Bossier pitcher of the day, in relief of Carter Bates, who came in relief of Elijah Livers. Numbers for Bates, who threw 33 pitches as he went 1 2/3 innings, struck out 1, walked 1, and gave up 3 hits. So we're seeing the warming up of Carter Bates now. We'll remind you, the winner moving on to play the late game tomorrow at 5:30. The loser of this will play the middle game in the afternoon at 3:15. And it looks like going over to 3rd base will be Max Pierce. So a couple of shifting around of players, and Carter Bates going back to 1st for Jackson Pierce. Barnstable's trying to hold a 6-0 ball game from getting any worse. He's going to have to face top of the order as Easton Curl's going to lead things off. He singled, reached on an error, has scored twice. And first pitch, a lot of backspin on this. Grounder towards second, and just in time they nip Easton for the first out of the inning. Elijah Livers is over there at second base now, makes that pick up and throw across for one out. Here's Caleb Spicer now. Spicer 0 for 2. He's popped out and reached on an error. Barnstable a little short on the pitch for ball one. Coming up at the conclusion of this game, we'll have our second game on Field 10, Virginia and Florida, to match up. And then later on, we'll see South Carolina and Texas on this field. Right now, Louisiana and Mississippi are about the same place, finishing up their game. They'll have Alabama, Arkansas on field number 9 at the conclusion. And Tennessee and Georgia are the late game over on field number 9. There's a called strike. 2 balls and 1 strike. A little bit of a rally for Louisiana, now trailing 6-2. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. 1 out, bottom of the 5th. There's a swing and a miss by Spicer. Lucas Hyrigs is the on-deck hitter for North Carolina. They picked up 2 runs in the first, a solo run in the third, and 3 in the fourth. There's a foul tip for second out, as that was apparently held onto by the catcher. And there's 2 down now for North Carolina in the 5th inning. Hyrigs 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a ground out. As Colton Barnstable come in so far, been effective. He needs 1 more out. Give his team a chance to come back in the 6th and get back in this, and he hits right in the thigh, and that's right in the meaty part for Lucas Hyrigs. He gets hit by a pitch with 2 outs in the inning. As they say, that'll leave a mark. Here's Crew Morrison up now. Morrison with a single and a fly out. Was driven in a run, scored a run. Yeah, trying to work that blood back to that spot where the ball just hit the left thigh of Lucas Hyrigs. Here's Morrison stepping in now. 1 on, 2 out, bottom of the 5th inning, 6-0 North Carolina with the lead, and he just about got hit. That one came riding in on Crew Morrison, awful close to his face. Barnstable trying to settle himself back down. There's a strike on the outside part of the plate. Throw down to second. Not in time as Hyrigs steals the bag. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. Runner in scoring position now for Carolina. Scoring the last 2 straight innings, trying to make it 3 in a row. Hard grounder, but that's wide of the third base coach on the left side. So it's 1 ball, 2 strikes now. Got a little bit of a delay. That last foul ball got chased down by left fielder Ethan Holmes. Now here's the 1-2. That one misses wide. That's going to let the runner take third, though. And it's 2 balls and 2 strikes now to Morrison. Just a little wide, 3-2. So after getting 2 quick outs, Barnstable with the hit batter, now a full count to the number 4 hitter, Crew Morrison. And got him looking, pitch that Morrison didn't agree with. It's apparently inside in his mind, but that was strike 3 according to the umpire. So that'll end the 5th inning. No runs, no hits. There was 1 man left on base. We're going to go to the top of the 6th. 6-0 Carolina with the lead. Bossier coming up for what may be the last time if they don't pick up 6 runs. You're listening and watching the 2024 DYB World Series. All right, welcome back. Top of the 6th inning. Chuck Zach along with you here at the Tinsley Sports Complex, Bossier City, Louisiana. It's day 1 of tournament play. We did pool play yesterday. This is the first game of 3 today in the 12 and under Division I Ozone World Series. Wins start racking up and keeping you in a good spot, and losses start putting you in a tougher position to try to win this World Series. All right, on the mound for this 6th inning, Lucas Baker. He has thrown 61 pitches. At 65, he runs out of pitches, you would think, and not be able to pitch tomorrow. If he gets to 66, he's got to sit for 48 hours. He's going to face the bottom part of the order, Jackson Pierce, Carter Bates, and Ethan Holmes. 9, 10, 11 hitters. Pierce reached on a fielder's choice, and he looks at a first pitch called strike. Baker, who we thought was going to be pulled at the end of 3 innings, is pitching here in the 6th. There's a swing and a miss, and the count's 0-2. This one slices foul out of play first base side. 65th pitch coming up next. Still no balls and 2 strikes. This one popped up into center field. Grabbed there by Lucas Heirigs for the first out of the inning. He has thrown 65. And it looks like they're going to leave him out there. Carter Bates coming up next. Bates struck out in the 3rd. It's his lone at bat. Here's the pitch. Boy, a floater up there just a little bit outside for ball 1. Ethan Holmes on deck. Swing and a miss on the off speed. 1 ball, 1 strike. Lucas Baker has struck out 3 in this game. That one just a bit wide for a ball. 2 balls and 1 strike. He has walked 1. He's hit 2 batters. This one hit to left, and it's going to drop for the first hit of this ball game against Lucas Baker. It comes with 1 out in the 6th. He had a no-no going into the 6th inning. And that little blooper by the number 10 hitter Carter Bates is the first hit he's given up today. Here's Ethan Holmes now, number 11 hitter. He struck out to end the 3rd inning. Tell you what, Bossier must be, North Carolina must be deep in pitching. On day one, they're going to let their starter go the whole way. Pitch misses inside for ball 1. Foul ball, 1 ball, 1 strike. Top of the order, Bryson Ireland is on deck. There's 1 out here in the top of the 6th inning. That's a pitch down low. 2 balls and a strike. Tell you what, Baker really hasn't been stressed very much. He's had 2 runners on against him only 1 time. Had only 1 runner reach third base. This one foul, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. So it's been a fairly easy ball game. You start looking at how much is pitching under stress. He's just not been under stress. That one just misses. Tell you what, Jordan Mathis did his best to sell that as a strike. Instead, it's 3 balls and 2 strikes now. Here's the pitch. This is swung on, line drive to short, throw back across, not in time, as Easton Curl tried to double off that base runner Carter Bates. Couldn't quite get it over quickly enough, and now with 2 outs, Bryson Ireland stepping in. Bossier down to their final out of this game. Pitch misses outside. That may be the worst he's missed on a pitch all day. And he missed that by about 2 feet. He's been just spot on most of this morning. 1 ball, no strikes. This one lifted foul, first base side. It's a ball and a strike. 2 outs. Bryson Ireland, who's 0 for 2 with a ground out and a pop out, both to second base. Up there to try to extend this game for Bossier. That one behind the batter, and that's going to let Bates go down to second base on that wild pitch. And now it's 2-1. And now that's the worst he's missed today. And he's there again. And looking like he's having a little bit of issue with that hand or arm now. 79 pitches today. 3 balls and 1 strike to Ireland. You see him trying to get himself composed to try to finish this thing out. 3 balls, 1 strike, and he's missed on the last 2 behind the batter. Here's the 3-1. Ground ball. That's going to get through the infield, and a run's going to score for Bossier to make it 6-1. Bryson Ireland with the RBI single. And that may be all she wrote. Coach Bass coming out probably to get his pitcher Lucas Baker here. With 80 pitches he's thrown today. And he's going to take the ball, and he did a heck of a job today. 2-hitter through 5 2/3. Gave up the 1 run now here in the top of the 6th inning. It's Carter Bates who had the first hit of the game against Lucas Baker. Comes in to score, and we're going to get a new guy on the mound. Looks like Carolina's going to bring number 3. That's Bentley Bass in. He's going to warm up, and while he's doing that, let's take a quick timeout. We'll come back when he's ready to go, and we'll continue here at the top of the 6th inning. 6-1 the score, North Carolina in the lead. All right, welcome back. Bentley Bass finishing his warm-ups in relief of Lucas Baker. Trying to close out a 6-1 lead for North Carolina. It's the host Bossier City team looking to try to rally and maybe force North Carolina to bat here in the bottom of the 6th. Bentley comes in, inherits a runner at first base, 2 outs. And swing and a miss on the first pitch. Throw down to second is off the mark. And that's going to allow Bryson Ireland to end up at second base. No balls and 1 strike. Popped up right field. That's trouble. It'll drop for a hit. And runners are at the corners. So back-to-back singles. Well, excuse me. Back-to-back singles. 3 of the last 4 hitters have had singles. Mason Lee, who was 0 for 2 with a hit here in the 6th inning. Elijah Livers coming up. Livers 0 for 2. Fly out to center, ground out to second. Pitch swung on. Looked like it was way inside for a ball, but it's strike 1. Runner at first base. Lee goes down to second. So runners are at second and third now. Force out is off at second base. Tyler Krausen waiting on deck. This one hit towards second. Over there by Spicer. He'll gobble it up, and that's how the game's going to come to an end. Why not? Second baseman making another put out at his position to end the inning. 1 run comes across. There were 3 hits in the inning, no errors, and 2 men left on base. And North Carolina's going to win the openers. They move on to the winner's bracket. 6-1 the final score over Bossier. And an outstanding pitching performance today by Lucas Baker, who went 5 2/3 innings through 80 pitches. Gave up 2 hits, 1 run, struck out 3, walked 1, and hit a couple of batters. All right, North Carolina advances. They will play 5:30 tomorrow at right here on this field, on field 10. Bossier's going to slide into the loser's bracket. They will take on, well, either Louisiana or Mississippi. That game starts at 3:15 tomorrow afternoon. All right, that's going to wrap us up for game number 1. You stick around. Game number 2 is coming up in a little bit. We'll have the, let's see. We're going to have Virginia and Florida playing in game 2. Give them about 30 minutes or so to get warmed up, and we'll get ready for the second game of our triple header here in the 2024 Diamond Youth Baseball World Series live from Bossier City. I'm Chuck Zach.